it's really important that we are aware of unconscious bias, okay? So unconscious bias refers to a bias that we are unaware of and which happens outside of our control. It is a bias that happens automatically and is triggered by our brain making quick judgments and assessments of people and situations, influenced by our backgrounds, our cultural environment, and our personal experiences. So what often happens with unconscious bias is it's automatic because of things that we've been influenced by, things in our, our background or our cultural environment or personal experiences. Yeah. So a simple example of that would be if someone goes to a particular area, never been to that area before, and they go to that area, and then they get robbed by a group of people. They then assume or make the assumption or the quick judgment, maybe not even consciously, that that area is bad. Now, they don't go back to that area again, but then they meet someone who seems really nice. They say, oh, where you come from? And they say they come from that area. Automatically, they start to look at them differently. And it's not consciously happening, but for some reason now they feel there's some kind of distance between them because of that personal experience, because of the background of what happened previously when they went to that area. Okay. And that's just a subtle thing, but you can imagine when you got things like conditioning and how people are brought up in terms of, well, the first 7 years of our life is programming anyway, because we're in theta mode. And so there's so much things that then are ingrained in us that play out in our adult life, unless we upgrade those belief systems. So then we have unconscious biases, which are learned stereotypes and are automatic, unintentional, deeply ingrained, universal, and are able to influence our behavior. Okay. And that's why it can go unnoticed under the radar, because it's in our subconscious. Okay. And our subconscious is where all behaviors, when all habits, are developed. Okay. And so the role of our subconscious mind is to create habits and not break them. And that's really important, because if it did, and we then unlearned how to walk, and we unlearned how to speak, and we unlearned how to write, it will be detrimental to our development. So, our subconscious mind, it creates habits and reinforces them and puts layers to make sure they stay there. The problem is when we have learned unhealthy habits, and that's why it's very difficult to change your eating habit, to start exercising if you're used to not exercising, because the habit has been formed and now you need to break and change it, and it has to go through a process. And we have that internal conflict and fighting that goes on until we form that new habit, which is what we call neuroplasticity.